Okay, one of the problem types you'll see in this section are inequalities with variables on both sides. For example, 8 minus 4x is greater than 12 minus 3x. And just like we were doing in equations, we'd like to get all the variables over to the same side. So what we'll do is we'll try and keep the coefficient for x positive. So we do a little bit of planning here. If I had 4 to both sides, the coefficient for x will be 1. And that'll just leave us with x. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 4x to each side of the inequality, just like we did with equations. And I'm going to get 8 is greater than 12 plus 1x, or just x. Now I'll isolate the x by subtracting 12 from both sides, and I will get x on the right side and negative 4 on this side. Now, a lot of people are uncomfortable with saying negative 4 is greater than x. They would rather write it with x on the left side. So you can always flip this entire inequality around, but make sure you flip the sign also. Notice that the greater than, the large part of the sign is still against the negative 4, and the small part is against the x, but this is easier to read. X is less than negative 4, and it's sometimes more intuitive to graph. I'll go over one more example. Just because there are fractions in it doesn't mean we do things any differently. 13 plus 1 and 3/5 x is greater than or equal to 18 plus 3/5 x. Again, let's do a little planning. Let's think what would happen if we move the x's over to the left, or if we move them over to the right. And I kind of see that if I subtract 3/5 x from this side and this side, take 3/5 away from 1 and 3/5, I'll just be left with 1x, or just x. And that is more desirable. So I will subtract 3/5 x from each side. Bring down the sign. Bring the sign down just like I did before. And I have 18 on the right side. And on the left side I have 13, 1 and 3/5 minus 3/5. It's just going to leave me 1x. Now I'll isolate the variable. Subtract 13 from both sides. And I will get x is greater than or equal to 5. Again, in this form with the variable on the left side is more comfortable to most people because it's a more intuitive graphing situation. Here, x is less than, all the numbers less than negative 4. And here, x is all the numbers greater than or equal to 5. I hope that helps.